Come here. Get off.
Okay, y'all, welcome to this week's episode. We are going to do another quickie because we can't keep banging you for hours and upon end. We got to give you a short of something. So, yeah, we're going to do a mailbag episode. So, I'm very surprised and happy that we have so many listeners that are willing to write in and for some reason think that we have something good to tell them about their lives.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, take this with a grain of salt. So, take it over from here,
Okay.
Killer.
All right, here's our first question. It says, I made a COVID-related risk assessment and went and got my hair trimmed, but I can't justify bringing the Rona home to my baby to take care of my pubic hair. Therefore, it looks like 1970s over here. I'm trying to embrace what God gave me, but I really miss my Brazilian. Please help me find the sexy in my hirsute nether regions.
So here's the thing. I personally like a shorn puss. But that's because I'm generally a furry person. Like, when my hair started growing back, the shit on the side of my cheek came in first.
It's like, oh, yeah, great.
Yeah. So yeah, like I can take the COVID risk. Okay, so I can take a calculated risk because I don't have a newborn at home. So I'm trying, listener. That's what I will first say as I give this advice. But I mean, look, God put it there. It's there for, I mean, not there for a reason.
Actually,
but,
it is.
You know,
it's there
God
to
put it
protect
there.
you, so it does actually.
Yeah,
serve a
but you wear
purpose.
draws too.
Do
So,
you? I don't,
I don't.
especially not now.
Well, not like out. You ain't just walking around with a puss untethered in the world. Your puss has some sort of something over the top of it, be it some sweats or a Golden Girl caftan. That was
That was for me.
pointed. That was pointed
Yes.
towards you. Yeah. So I think you're just gonna have to learn to. I mean, I know this sounds stupid, but you're just gonna have to like embrace the fact that this is your body. Your body just like pushed out a whole human being. And if hair is one of those things that comes along with it, you know, learn to love it. You know, maybe you can do some at-home trims.
So that's
Don't
what I was gonna
shave it off
say.
because your waxer is gonna be pissed at
And
you.
also, it's not. I mean, so I'll speak as someone who is not someone who has to be waxed or anything. I don't really. I've done it. I can probably count on maybe two hands how many times I've had either sugaring or wax done. It's not a thing for me.
Sugaring's brutal.
Yeah, well,
but
and
continue.
that was my introduction to hair removal, and I screamed so loud that the chick threatened to stop. But also, I didn't know like that you had to trim it to a quarter of an inch.
We're gonna have to cut this
Yeah, it
shit
was bad.
off. Yeah.
But so anyway, as someone who doesn't do all of that, so I get ingrowns, and so I can't do. I know some folks have resorted to like shave. We got some friends who have just resorted to shaving, and I'm like, girl, no, not me, because I get ingrowns, which is why when I was getting sugared and waxed, that was why I was doing it. But so for me, I have a little pair of like hair cutting scissors that are in my cabinet, and I just trim it down, which can be dicey.
Yeah, I'd be afraid I
And
cut my clit
have
off.
come close once. So what you probably should do, which is what I keep saying I'm going to do, is get a little trimmer with a guard so that I can literally trim things without having to worry about cutting things, so that you can keep it manageable so it doesn't feel like the 70s. Without having to risk the whole going out. And so, yeah, you got some hair there, you got some protection, your body is doing what it does, which is grow hair. But it's not necessarily causing you anxiety because you see it coming out the side of your panties. So if you choose to wear panties.
Yeah, and nothing's wrong with a little short season.
I mean, that's my, well, literally this morning I was, I got the shower and I was like, oh, it's time to cut you down a little bit. It's fine.
Just a
Also, my
smidge.
partner
Just
does
a
not give
smidge.
two shits, which probably helps, but I have also never cared. So
Yeah, I mean, like I don't even. I don't know if my partners. I know my. Okay, I was about to tell way too much business about my ex-husband. So, and we will, keep that for another day. But yeah, so just, see if you can strike a happy medium with a cool little Caesar.
Also, if you need to see some images that make you think it's like to see the sexiness in it, I'm sure there's lots of 70s porn online.
Oh, they're not even 70s porn. There are categories. Now, see,
You told on yourself.
yeah, there are categories that's like hairy
Yeah,
pussy.
and I'm sure it's just as
So-
hot as all the rest of the stuff if you want to see somebody in an especially sexy situation who's got a full bush. Shit. You know, watch a little something.
I've learned that there's a fetish for everything. And not even, I don't want to say a fetish, a kink for everything. And so, although you may not appreciate it, and it's not like you need other people to validate you, but sometimes it's helpful
Just
to
to
know
see
that
it.
like you're not like a monster. Like there are people that like really enjoy this, and maybe I can find enjoyment in their appreciation.
Also, you're
for
not
this.
alone
So
because, like, we literally had a whole ass conversation with our little group of friends about how everybody is coping without being able to cope.
I know, I was like, if anybody sees my phone right now, they gonna think something's wrong.
And I was quiet because I'm the one that's like, I don't care, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm insensitive to the fact that this is a thing that is really bothering folks, especially folks who are with a partner and where that is a part of their normal practice of what they do, or just folks who like to look down and see what they like to see. I completely understand, but I think the fact that you're like, don't want to have the story be that I gave my baby to Rona because I had to go get my pussy waxed.
How'd you get the Rona? Well, it all started when my mama just had to have her shit shorn.
Yeah. So I feel you. I think it sounds like you're making a good, healthy choice. And I hope that you can get to a place where you feel okay with looking down and seeing bush. But also, cut that shit down a little bit. Yeah. Get you a Target order with some good old hair cutting scissors or a clipper and get to going.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
Okay, what's the next question, Killer?
All right. So, funny enough, our next question actually feeds directly into this, and it simply says, do all men like a bald vagina look?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think
that's definitely not been my experience.
Yeah, I've learned that some men definitely do have a preference, but last time I checked, this was my pussy on my body, so I do what the fuck I want to. But I do know that some guys have a preference. Most guys that I've been with is like, look, bitch, just commit. Like the stubble hurts. So if we gonna rock it out with our, if we're gonna do it, let's commit to one or the other. Which, again, I can kind of understand a little bit, but I have run across all shapes and sizes, and they like, look, I look at it like this. You're just happy to be getting some pussy. You can't be
dictating
this
what the
ain't
fuck
Burger King. Like, no. We have it Erica's way, not your way.
Also, the only time I've ever had, first of all, I've never had a man say, oh, I need you to do whatever, or I want you to do whatever. The only time I've actually ever had a man comment on like the length was just like because they were going down on me and were like, had to go through the hair. And so as a courtesy, I would trim down to make it a little easier for them to do their job.
Yeah.
But that's strictly as a courtesy because it ain't bothering me.
Yeah, like it's, girl, again, they happy to be around it. Be like, you know what? If you like a wax pussy, you wax your pussy.
Or go find you a wax pussy.
Oh,
bitch.
I've learned you ain't got one to wax, so you can't dictate this pussy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, well, the summation of that one is fuck these niggas. Next question, Killer.
Okay. All right. I have a friend who is in a situationship. The guy doesn't want to call it a relationship. Okay. But anywho, they ended up quarantining for 5 months, but he wanted his space. So she had to move out of his place and move in with a friend. Okay. He asked her to come over and spend the night after less than a week of her moving out. She spent the night and attempted to have sex with him, but he declined and said that he only wanted head. Why is that? Especially since they've been fucking for over a year, and especially when they were quarantined together. What the hell is that about? No, that's not her. That ain't even her situationship. Not really.
Yeah. I mean, I just think he is fucked up, but like he don't want you. And it's fucked. I mean, I don't want to be rude about it, but like he has shown that like he's not even willing to inconvenience himself to make you happy. So why you gonna do it?
And he is trying to dictate all the terms of the situation, right? So
exactly. Yeah.
5 months, and then she gotta go.
Now you gotta move out with her and go stay with somebody else.
And that's because he wants to be able to have whoever the hell he wants to have in and out of there having sex with.
Or even if he just wants to have his space, like motherfucker, this is a pandemic. Right. Like, give me a little bit of courtesy. Like, okay, we need some more space. You spend more time at the park on Tuesdays and I'll spend more time at the park on Thursdays. Something. But you just ain't gonna kick me out in the middle of a pandemic, make me go stay with my homegirl,
and then call me back over because you
call me over to fucking snuggle and get my dick sucked.
Yeah. And then the whole not wanting to have sex thing is like, well, what are you doing?
Yeah, he just wants company. I mean, I would love to just have somebody come over and eat my pussy and snuggle with me.
Or maybe he's raw dogging somebody else, and then
cares about you
enough to not follow up. But either way, at the end of the day, he's a fuckboy.
It's a bunch of speculation on what the fuck is going on in his head, and I am always a firm believer of let's sit down and ask and let's have a conversation.
But at this point,
in this situation, I wouldn't even want to.
Once you told me that I had to move out, that's it.
Yeah, there's been selfishness throughout this whole thing. And so, I mean, and maybe he did give her a head start or something. But, like, bro, you reek of selfishness. I don't know what it is, why this man is trying to, like, not take the pussy. But, why he's trying to return the pussy to sender. But
accomplished, nigga.
At this point, we don't really care. We just know that he's selfish. And... after being in a marriage and in a very long-term relationship, you recognize that shit gets real fast at the drop of a hat. And so I want to make sure that who I'm with is solid. And that situation is just a taste of the tip. Is just a tip. Sign up for our Patreon. It is just the tip of the fuckery and not down for you-ness that this nigga's gonna bring. So
because they've been quarantined, they were quarantined for 5 months and it was still not considered a relationship. So that tell me he only really even had her in there so that he could have daily access,
in-house pussy.
And then when he got tired of that, he told her she had to go somewhere. Fuck that nigga. That's what you should tell your friend.
Fuck him.
To tell him. So yeah.
All right.
So that concludes this quickie.
Well, thank you to everyone that submitted questions for this week's mailbag. We really appreciate it. I hope we helped answer a few questions. Always, girl, seek therapy. I've been quick to tell people, girl, go talk to a therapist because I'm usually out of my wheelhouse. So anyway, so that's it. Thank you for joining us. This is Erica and Kenrya, your two favorite hoes, making it clap.
This episode was produced by us, Kenrya and Erica, and edited by Ballistic. The theme music is from Brazy. Now you can support the Turn On and Get Off. Subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast app, then drop us a 5-star review, and you'll be entered to win something that's turning us on. Just post your review and email us a screenshot at theturnonpodcast@gmail.com to enter. Our Patreon page is also live. Become a supporter today and you'll gain access to lots of goodies, including the Turn On Book Club and 2-for-1 raffle entries. And don't forget to send us your book recommendations and your sex and related questions. And follow us on Twitter at The Turn On Pod and Instagram at The Turn On Podcast. You can find links to books, merch, transcripts, guest info, and other fun stuff at theturnonpodcast.com. Thanks so much for listening, and we will see you soon. Bye.